We are live. Welcome to the Spinnin Backfist MMA show for Thursday, May 15th, UFC Vegas 106 edition. Of course, stuff to talk about from last weekend, news to talk about this week. We had a big interview this week, had Chael and DC in office, so that'll be going out maybe tomorrow. Should we put that out tomorrow?
Well, so this is more, what's it, behind baseball, inside baseball?
Yeah.
Did we get it edited?
Yes.
Oh, then yeah, let's put that out.
Yeah, I believe we have it all good to go.
Okay, Nick Hamilton, the GOAT, of course. I was looking for him today. I was like, hey, because there was a bunch of, this is probably our most edited video ever.
Probably because of,
multiple camera angles.
Yeah.
We usually have one.
KFC radio studio, UFC.
It was sick though. It was amazing. It was amazing.
It was great. As a preview for the interview, this is what we told Ev, because Ev wasn't there for it. It was just me and Jack. We said basically we were trying to talk about the Ultimate Fighter, and Chael was trying to talk about anything that wasn't the Ultimate Fighter.
I would say I had to do the dozen. Unfortunately, the interview came up last minute. I'd already committed to the dozen. Hard to get all six guys in a room at once.
Yeah.
I love Uncle Chael. I was disappointed I missed it.
He was hysterical. He was
awesome. I love DC too.
Yeah. Robbie
never got to meet DC.
All right. Can I turn this on?
No,
It's got to be on that thing, right? Working on it. Please hold.
We kind of have a new.
It's like on the touchscreen thing, I think. Am I down a couple dBs? Check. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Should be.
Check. Let us know if it gets better in the chat. Appreciate you guys helping us out with that.
Keep talking.
Audio kind of
check.
low. Check. Was saying. Okay. All right, we're working on it. Stay tuned. Please hold.
Do yours.
Check. 1, 2.
F.
Check.
Yeah, yours just like isn't on, Robbie.
Oh, it's not on. That'll do it.
Is it plugged in properly?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Seems to be plugged in.
Oh.
Ev's audio is perfect.
There we go. All right. We get something going.
Talk to the people, Ev.
Yeah. I said I missed. I was saying that I was upset I missed Chael because the last time at some more behind little inside baseball when we interviewed Chael, probably what was it, maybe like 2 years ago. I think because I remember it was in the midst of the Francis kind of contract dispute and like he like fumbling the bag and this and that, the PF, like I think this was the
Francis Ngannou. I thought you were talking about Francis from Barcelona.
No, Ngannou, because I remember specifically talking about Ngannou in the interview, but I woke up that morning and obviously you see how I dress. I just wear kind of like I'm very casual, and I woke up that morning, I wore a sweatsuit. And I literally had the thought in my head of like, oh, like this is dealt. Like I was like, would Chael be the guy to say something to me? I was like, I don't really give a fuck anyway. Wore the sweatsuit. The first thing I introduced myself to Chael, like, Evan, how you doing? And he's like, oh, like thanks for dressing up. And I looked at him and I was like, I swear to God on everything I love, that was the first thing I thought of this morning. But I still was like, fuck it, I wear it anyway. And I remember he appreciated that. I got a good smile out of Chael at that because a true story. I swear I was like, Chael would be the guy that would say something that I'm not.
And then immediately was.
And then like this literally. Said like Evan Chael, nice to meet you. Like, thanks for getting dressed up and interviewing me in sweatpants as a grown man.
Shout out Jason Jason in the chat, helped us out with there. We should be good on the audio. So there you go, chat. Thanks for helping us out. Antonio and Dan there in the chat. Robbie's audio is good now. Glad to hear it. That's a W for Jason.
There we go.
There we go. We get the comments on the screen now as well. But great time. Absolutely great time. 315. Did we talk about 315?
No, we haven't.
We haven't. Yeah, shit. We got an entire pay-per-view to talk about. Obviously, JDM with an amazing performance in the main event takes down Bilal, new champ. Valentina and still in the co-main event. Pretty good card overall, I would say. Like for people who were shitting on it, I think they were saying, I can't believe they're sending that card to Canada. It wasn't this mind-blowing card of the year. Oh my God, that was amazing, but it was enjoyable enough.
No, I thought it was a good card. I mean, the prelims had some good moments, like Malat knockout was good. Yeah, Yeah, there was some very. I mean, obviously, I think the main event was great. I think no one expected like Bilal JDM to be like fight of the night,
Great fight.
and it was an incredible fight.
Down
And,
to the 5th round.
and the thing that I feel like that Bilal is not getting enough credit for, that I will give him credit for, is he had a chin on him, man. Like
broken nose,
some of the
orbital.
Some of the shots that he ate throughout the fight, but especially in the 5th round, which I thought it was. I think maybe he was gassed that JDM kind of. I thought had him like on the ropes basically, and then like. Basically shot for a takedown, but I think he was just tired. That's what I think it almost had to be, because why in the world? I mean, I thought he was like a few blows from getting him like at just flatlining him.
One it was kind of talked about online, and I do agree with it a little bit. Well, actually, I don't want to say agree with it because I do like Bilal, but a lot of people are saying like Bilal looked a little flat. And there was a little bit of accusations about the steroids. Even JDM's,
wow!
Even JDM's coach before the fight said he's not going to be on steroids this time.
Whoa!
But why did he say that though? Like, what was the difference between then and now?
Yeah, is there?
He's fought post USADA a few times.
I don't know.
I'm curious what the why.
Yeah. What's their explanation there?
Yeah, what's the difference? I guess
I don't know. That's what JDM's coach said it, and JDM released 2 videos. One of them was titled "How to Beat Bilal," and it was all of his training camp.
Yep. And
it was like probably scheduled if he won. And in it, his coach said he's not going to be on, like he's not on the juice this time.
Wow.
I mean, I've seen people say that in the past about Bilal, and I get it, because I mean, he compared especially early in his career to now, he looked just ridiculously shredded.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm no expert. I see people that claim to be experts point out like the needle marks and the abs and the.
I know.
I don't know
no idea.
I don't know anything about that shit.
We should do a steroids episode with Magic.
I would love that. I genuinely would love that.
We'd probably get sued.
Yeah,
probably.
We would have to get we'd have to be like, you have to come up with different names for fighters and just be like, this is how it's done.
Yeah.
But Magic would just come on and just say everybody's name.
And he would accuse everyone of being on steroids.
Yeah, and we don't, and then no one would ever interview with us again.
Even if 99% of the people he mentions don't sue us, there could be the one.
I mean, I agree with you, Vince. Accusations without substance is so dumb. I do agree. This was from JDM's coach, though. I'm not saying it.
If it was brought up by his coach,
he did look a little bit more flat, but that's also a credit to JDM, and also Craig Jones seems like he has maybe a little bit of a card in his back pocket that defeats the Dagestani wrestlers. He did it with Volk.
Yeah.
Islam struggled with him, and now he's done it with JDM. Obviously, Bilal is not from Dagestan, but he did spend a lot of time with Habib. And JDM, even when he got taken down, and this is why I really like JDM going into the fight, he's so good getting back up and scrambling. There's a few scrambles that were really, really great. My most impressive part of the fight was the 5th round. There was 3 minutes to go. Bilal got JDM down, and he was in, I think, half guard. And I was like, oh, no, this is bad.
Yeah.
This could be it for the next 3 minutes. But JDM just exploded up and got back on his feet. He was just really, 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 really good. That was just one hell of a performance. I think you could have had it 49-46, even 50-45 in a weird world.
Yeah, close enough where you could have given those rounds if you edged them all out for Jack. Yeah.
There was 2 judges who gave the first round of Bilal. That was insane.
Yeah.
4th round, I get it. I thought Bilal had a great 4th round. Outside of that, I mean, I thought it was JDM clear.
I did too. I thought a 50-45 JDM card was way better than definitely a Bilal 48-47. That would have been insane. But I think even maybe like a 48-47 for JDM. I agree with you. I thought maybe he got the 4th. That was it.
JDM has better get up jitsu than Derek Lewis.
Yeah. I think he's a little bit. He's got
a little bit of that.
He is a black belt in jiu-jitsu, so I think like Derek Lewis just literally stands up.
Yeah.
JDM, I bet if you showed a guy that really knows jiu-jitsu, it's like, oh, this is what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like
his coach also had a great quote going into the 5th round. He's like, keep pinging the cunt. It's the most Australian thing I've ever heard.
It was the best, it was just 9-second video. It was like, realize all your dreams. You're not fucking tired.
Yeah. Oh, it's so
5 minutes to realize all your dreams.
That was really good.
So what does Bilal do now?
He doesn't get an immediate rematch because of how obviously crazy welterweight is right now. He's
in a tough spot.
But you know, there are
a lot of people.
There's
at
a
the top.
ton of 170ers that are like really in the mix. Like you're gonna have to make a bunch of these guys fight each other.
Ian Gary, Shavkat,
Because
Sean Brady.
Because even think about like the Prantas of the world is still like very much in the mix. Like if Morales, obviously we're gonna talk about Morales wins this weekend, he's like very in the mix.
And now
there's a lot of fights to make at the top, like 6, 7 of 170.
And then we have Islam knock
going up to 170.
Of course.
Which it was such a funny UFC. There were so many memes about it. It was like, have Bilal win. It was like the guy who's sweating. It's like Bilal wins, but then you get Islam Ilia. Bilal loses. Ilia Islam doesn't happen. It seems like that was truly the case.
I know Dan pretty much said as much.
Ali Abdelaziz, you know, I do believe him when he says it was ready to go.
Yeah, it's what a great fight we're missing out on.
I think it could still happen. I don't
know. No, let's call this one. Islam's a duck.
Oh.
I'm gonna say it because Jack won't.
You think he's ducking Topuria?
Yes, 100%. Because the fight just to JDM just fought. You're gonna have to wait months for that fight to happen. You could do both. I saw Ariel say, and I agree 100%. You could just do both. Like that fight's in what is it? It's May, so like 2 months.
Yeah, that is.
Or a month and a half. It's in a month.
Oh, you're right.
It's in a month and a half. And then if he beats Topuria, just fight JDM probably on the same exact timeline.
It's a duck. You're right.
Like he just doesn't want Topuria.
That's weird. I didn't.
And
think about
the thing also, I think the reason I'm fired up is not even as much about the duck, even though it was definitely an Ali tweeting for Islam's account. Islam and Ilia have been going back and forth now. Obviously, Ilia was upset because like that would have been like that's the legacy fight.
I think I saw Chuck Mindenhall tweet like once you guys agree not to fight, there should be a law saying you're not allowed to talk shit publicly because you're making us excited for
because the thing that I had issue with was Islam, or like I said, it probably was Ali tweeting from his account, but it was essentially saying like I've cleaned out 155, like you haven't cleaned out 145. I'm like, no, you haven't.
No,
you fought really none of the top contenders.
145ers.
You fought Volk twice.
Yeah.
You fought the Charles is and Volk is a good win. I don't care what
totally.
Volk is a great win. He's all time great, and he obviously fought him really well the first time. Charles, good win, but other Moicano is respectfully not some good win. And Poirier's solid, but even at the time he got it. He was 1-1 in his last 2.
Yeah.
And he got flatlined literally not even a year before that.
Yeah.
I really
he should have fought him not fighting Armin is just kind of annoying.
Yeah.
That fight just should have happened, and Topuria should have happened.
Well, that's Armin's fault.
True.
No, that's true. That's fair. But I think, it's just more. But you can't say I cleaned out 155 when you fought number 10. You took the belt from Charles. You fought number 10. You fought the 145 champ, and you beat Poirier, who really is he's not 1 or 2 realistically. He had came off knocking out number 13.
Yeah,
and got a title shot, and he fought well.
Yeah.
And he fought well against Islam. Him saying I cleaned out 155 pissed me off because that you just haven't even come close to doing that.
I really like JDM against him.
I do too.
I think Islam, I think the striking is going to be a really, really big concern for him. And if he can't take him down, I don't know. And that's JDM's going to be bigger than him in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That line was a very shocking to me. It's minus 250. I don't know, man. I think that should be way closer, minus 150.
Yeah. I feel like it'll get. Yeah. I feel like the big people, people. I mean, JDM plus 200 is
insane.
I mean, he's going to be so much bigger. You just saw what he did to Bilal.
I even think the Ilia Charles line is even crazy. Not even crazier, but I think it's crazy.
What's that line at right now?
Minus 350.
Yeah, Topuria open minus 305. I was surprised. I saw I liked the video. That was a good video, predicting the lines. I was thinking it was going to be a little bit higher than you, but I did not think 300. I was thinking maybe 200.
The one time we've seen him fight up. I mean, let's be real. Charles Oliveira and Jai Herbert, Charles Oliveira is just a much, much better of Jai Herbert.
Yeah.
100%.
They are literally built the same.
Yeah.
And I really respect Ilia. I think he's amazing, but that's the weight that we've seen these people jumping up. And then we always are man, that was so shocking. It was maybe just the size difference is too much. Ilia may be the guy that just doesn't matter though. He's
It might
that
be, yeah,
good.
if he's got that power.
That's
in the
kind of,
counter.
and I love. That's kind of what I think.
Yeah,
You said it in the video, and I agree with you. I need to see like the knockout like finish line.
yeah.
Because I'm never gonna lay Ilia minus like 3 on Charles. I think Charles is too good to do that. But if knockout was even in this, if knockout was plus like 200, like plus like 250, 300, I think I would do it. Because I think the most likely scenario is that Ilia does knock him out.
Yeah.
I think his power is that, like, I think his pound for pound,
Hopefully
he's the
it
hardest.
translates.
I think he's the hardest pound for pound hitter in the UFC.
He might be. He's up
Like
there
for
sure.
a 145, 155, I mean, he hits like a truck. I mean, what he did to Vulcan, I mean, no one's done that to Holloway ever.
No.
Just flatlining him like that. I mean, what the Volk knockout is, he just touched his chin, he was dead.
Yeah.
It'll be fascinating, especially it's like we haven't seen Ilia that deep into a fight. It would be great to see, like, let's say he doesn't starch him and the fight goes deep. I mean, I trust his cardio. I trust Charles's cardio. It would be an interesting fight. Or he could just kind of maybe he's just that much better of a boxer than
So
him.
how would he react if Charles dragged him down and got him got his
I think
back?
he's
And
so good
I
at
think he is
on
good.
the ground. But that's
I
a
think he
good
is
point.
But like if Charles has him in that position, I'd love to see how he reacts in that.
I like that we got to see the Ilia cardio in the Emmett fight.
True.
Emmett, they let Emmett just die. Emmett, that fight should have stopped like multiple times.
Yeah.
I think he had a 10-7 round.
I think you might be right about
He
that.
he beat the brakes off. I had Ilia inside the distance. It was a devastating loss. Just watching it, he beat the shit out of him for 25 minutes. But I mean, I love Charles. I don't know. I think Ilia is that good.
Anything else you guys wanted to touch on? Obviously, Shevchenko retains. Aldo kind of gets fucked decision wise. It was close.
It could have went either way. The third round was so weird, just in that, like, obviously he literally almost kicked his face off, and then but then he ends up almost getting finished himself in the last few minutes, in the last minute. I guess the second round was probably more like the discrepancy round.
Yeah,
because I saw like the verdict MMA, like they had it like pretty significantly for Aldo. I bet Zahabi, so maybe I was watching it like a little bit biased.
I don't know. I thought like round two. No, I thought like Zahabi could have even had a case for round one was probably Aldo, but I thought Zahabi had like won the last 40 seconds of the first round. In the second round, I thought Zahabi had a very clear case for it. Now, I think what really maybe probably could have been fair was a 10-10 round three.
Interesting.
I've seen people bringing that up
because 10-10 round three, but Zahabi dominated the last 2.5 minutes where Aldo hurt him, almost had him out, but I can't believe Zahabi didn't let him back up.
Crazy too.
No, he literally soccer kicked him in the face.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
Perfect timing.
I scored it for Menyo. I think all round fives for Valentino was ridiculous, but
I agree.
Whatever. I mean,
that's another one where I bet Minot like big, so I was like
I thought that probably was interesting because the takedown she got, but she didn't do anything with the control.
They just got right back up. Like it's just, it was close. But I just thought I was really shocked by that. But I'm not calling it a robbery. It was a very close fight.
I probably had that for Valentina. I wouldn't have been shocked either way. It was another one of those, and I hate bringing this up because I know MMA fans hate this. Because it's not the way MMA is scored, but where it's like that wasn't like a championship level performance. Like that performance isn't the performance to take the title away from the
yeah.
It was one of those for me where I felt like that. It would feel weird if that's the end new.
Yeah, like I got you.
But I do understand that's not how MMA.
It's not the score. It's not the scoring, but I do think it's a thing as a fan you feel.
Yeah.
Like there's always like a weird feeling when the challenger wins like a close fight that like wasn't a ton of action either.
Totally.
Like that always feels a little bit
we're
like
putting the title on them and
yeah. No, that's
strange.
Natalia Silva looked incredible.
Looked great.
Like absolutely incredible.
Looked fantastic.
I mean, the moment
I doubted her. I had Grasso.
The moment when Grasso like really went for it, and so like against the cage, and Silva just doing, and obviously came out of the exchange, and Grasso's got knots all over her head. I was like, holy shit!
Yeah, she's
too fast.
No,
and they can't
bought in on her.
They can't hit her.
Me and Jack disagreed on that one. I was like, I think Grasso's got the experience. No, that doesn't matter. And then BSD obviously submission, but whatever.
Yeah, that was whatever. It sucks we didn't get to see the Joel Alvarez.
Yeah.
But they are. I think Magic tweeted this, that there was a report, or maybe someone else, and he like responded to it or something, that that Alvarez wanted to go up to 170. And the UFC like really likes him at 155.
Oh.
And basically said, like, if you stay, like, we're gonna give you something big, like top 10.
Oh wow.
So it sounds like he's gonna stay.
The UFC cares about stuff like that. Like cares
Well,
about what division.
Well, I think they see he's made so much progress. Like a guy from Spain,
True.
legit guy like from Spain. He's super talented. I mean, he's a 100% finishing rate. Like,
yeah,
and 155, like that division's known for those kind of guys.
the best. Yeah.
So maybe, honestly, like imagine they say like he gets like Gaethje or some shit.
Honestly,
I don't think it's like totally out of the question.
That's not out of the question.
Like if they're saying they want him that badly and he's an action fighter, like
Yeah. That's
he's
that's a fight. If you know kind of fight where it's literally like.
Can he
MMA
make the
fans
weight
would
though?
Love that.
no, it's a fair question because he's obviously had issues, but he has made it like the last few times. Like
That's
without-
apparently a big part of the reason why Aldo's retiring, because he's like the weight cuts are.
The
just-
only thing that I just think of is like maybe he looks at 155. He's just like, I struggle making the weight, and Ilia's coming up. I don't want to be against him in terms of Spain versus Spain. So let me just go up to 170. But yeah, the UFC will tell him what to do.
I'm sure if they said like you're gonna get like a guy like that, like a huge name like that, or someone that basically if you beat is gonna put you like either in a number one contender, or who knows, maybe you just like vault up for a title shot.
Yeah,
I think that'd be worth like. It's easy for me to say, but if he's able to make the weight, I understand it. Because at 170, you just have to do like look at the log jam at 170. Like if you think you're that kind of guy, which I think he does, I think he is. I mean, like the amount of like you've already done so much work at 170. You're like you've gotten like right to this point where you're like on the precipice of something huge, and then now you're gonna move to 170 where there's this massive log jam of guys. A lot of them are young too. Like I think 155. There's more of a path for him.
yeah, no, I agree.
Do we want to get into the card? This weekend's card?
Yeah, with a few ads.
I know we got
We do some of the other new fights too. Obviously, IFW got announced.
True, yeah. Obviously, yeah, they announced the entire International Fight Week card, which is pretty fucking great.
And also, I mean, DDP Chimaev, Chicago.
Yeah, and finally, Chimaev in a title match, which everyone's been waiting for since the beginning.
And I love instantly. They have a backup fighter because with Chimaev, you just like, don't
one.
know.
Yeah,
And I think I forget if it was Chael or somebody mentioned. I saw talk about this or somebody else about making Imavov the backup fighter. Where a lot of people, I think it was, I can't remember if it was Chael or somebody else.
yeah,
That basically was like, why isn't it Cow? And I agree.
yeah.
Like it's a more sellable fight.
It is, yeah.
Imavov is more deserving. Like the Adesanya
When
win
it
is
comes to
obviously
backups,
better.
it's
Is
like you're
better.
not selling the backup necessarily.
Sure. But I guess it's more, that's fair. But I think just in the, like, if something happens to Chimaev, DDP Imavov is like,
Yeah, it is.
But I feel like Barallo, there's a little more juice to it, I think.
True.
That's my opinion. Maybe people agree or disagree on that, but
Let
I thought it
me,
was a good point.
Let me rip through these ads. Can we do two? Can we do two ads? Should I do one and break it up?
Do one, and then we'll do another one in 5 minutes.
All right, we're going to tell everyone about DraftKings now. Of course, you're going to need to bet on the fights this weekend. If you want to bet on the fights, you go to DraftKings, and not just the fights. They've got horses on the DK Horse app. They've obviously got NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs going on right now. It is the official sports betting partner of the NBA.
Yep.
All season long, DraftKings has been the go-to spot for NBA player props. That doesn't stop now. If you want to make your playoff experience even more intense, try placing a bet on your favorite player's performance. Will they drop 30 points, 40 more? It's your call. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Lock in your bets, and let's make this playoff run unforgettable. It's been good already. Here's something special for new first-timers, new DraftKings customers. Bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Make it a playoff run to remember with DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code BACKFIST. That's code BACKFIST for new customers. Get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Shout out to DraftKings, of course.
We love
Nick
DraftKings.
Streams, everything. It's
Nick
one-stop
Celtics
shop.
tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Game 6.
Yep.
Yeah.
UFC, everything. PFL when that gets back, it has it all. and it's a fascinating app. That is a lot of fun. The group is still bumping, the Barstool group.
Yep.
Groups,
yeah.
pools.
So yeah, no, get involved.
Yeah. How do we feel about the card this weekend? Like grading it on the Apex scale.
Apex scale.
Yeah.
Are we skipping the International Fight Week fights?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Who do you
We could talk
favor?
about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So Hamzat DDP minus 225. Hamzat's a little bit shocking to me.
Yeah, if you'll give me DDP plus like,
I would take DDP.
I think anything over 150.
Even
It's
what
like
we saw
like
him
no
against
brainer for
Usman.
me.
Yeah. He's just a much safer bet, I think.
Yeah.
Chimaev, you still kind of wonder.
I just if you're gonna
how
get
is he going to
if
show up
if you're
5
gonna-
rounds cardio?
It's just if you're gonna bet Hamzat, like I just think you have to bet him in round 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Like if this
Oh, yeah.
fight finds itself in the 4th round, like I'm thrilled about a DDP
DDP
plus money
taking
ticket.
over.
Yeah.
And how much do we favor Hamzat in those first 2 rounds?
I like DDP at this stage in their career. I like DDP a lot better than Whitaker.
That, and obviously these are low limit lines right now. Not the market has not matured enough, but I just look at this and on the feed, I don't know. I think it's very close on the ground. Yeah, Hamzat will be able to take him down, but DDP's great on the ground.
Yes.
I just look at that line and I'm so shocked by it. I would be all over DDP and I would be very excited by it. It's in Chicago. August, I'm definitely going to try to go. Would be
I think
a
I
lot
am
of
too.
fun.
That'd be fun.
And
Spend the week out.
Hamzat, DDP, and
couple
I'm.
days.
Did they announce anything else on that card or no?
I don't think so.
But there's going to
It'll
be
be a good
fire
card.
fights
Yeah,
on
for
that
sure.
card. And then we look at the other fights announced. There's some pretty good ones. I mean, like having International Fight Week, having Royval against Manel.
Mhm.
That's
That's in the prelims. I'm pulling it up just for
that
just so
that
I
being
can
on the
get it over here,
prelims
too.
is, oh my god, like
Yeah,
that's
this
a
is
hell of
the
a fight.
so this is the like official. I think this is I guess it's bout order as of now too. Obviously, Ilia Charles main event, Pantoja Kai Kara France co-main, great fight.
Great
fight.
Love that.
Paulo Costa Roman Koval. I think that's great matchmaking.
Yeah,
Yep.
because they're both going to stand and
Exactly,
bang.
it's exciting. Dariush Moicano, which
Great fight.
that was the fight they were initially was going to happen. I think
Yep.
it's a good fight. It makes a ton of sense.
Great for International Fight Week. Makes sense there.
Royval, I mean, number 1 contender fight, perfect. Like
What a fight!
just winners fighting winner of the
Banger.
title fight.
I
like, no
almost am a
question
little
about
bit
it.
disappointed it's not 5 rounds, but
That's
also,
another one. I think when Royval being as big of a dog as he is, I'll take Royval.
what is it?
I saw the one I saw was plus like 185.
Yeah, I guess
200
I
even, I think,
made
close
a
to that.
guess that it was going to be cop like minus 160, but I would not be shocked by a lot of love for.
I think it
Royval.
might the line I saw might have been cap minus 265.
That's
Like
That's
if that's
Yeah,
like
that's
if that held true, I'd be all over Royval.
Antonio. What do you mean? There's no title fights? There are.
There's 2.
There's two. Yeah, Pantoja's title fight, and obviously Ilia Charles for the vacant belt. And then another I think very good matchmaking. Hermanson versus RoboCop.
Oh my
Great
god!
Great fight.
Yeah,
Really good
love
fight.
that. Good middleweight card.
Yeah. And then I love they throw the heavyweight fight in there. Jonte Diaz and Atafa.
Yeah.
Justin Taffa. Like that'll be
Another good one.
someone's getting knocked out and probably
I like
the
Denise.
You want one big heavyweight.
I
fight
think
like
Denise
that.
smokes him, but I think somebody's gonna die, so that'll be
Yeah.
like the people will love that.
And then Tracy Cortez back too.
Yep, good. I mean, so far like, that's a very good start to the.
It is good card. Hopefully it doesn't get
Like
hit with that
you
quick.
have your main card there if you want it, and there was they could sneak another one on there, but I mean from Royval Cap to, I mean Coast will be on the main card. Obviously you have
And then Patchy Mix has left the PFL. They released him. Seems like he's going to the UFC. Seems like he's fighting
Batista on
Batista
the newer card.
on the newer
Crazy how
card.
fast that seemingly came together. Nothing's confirmed yet, but
I-
very quickly it was
I-
like Batista newer card.
I would assume he has been. They've been working on it for a little bit, and then when Cheeto had to drop
True.
out, the UFC was like, "What's the status of this?" Patchy probably really pressured PFLs
Like, let me out
to
of this
let me out.
contract.
And then if they didn't, Patchy probably threatened, I'll make a big stink about this. And I would assume the PFL was just like, okay,
They don't want the headache right now.
yeah, like
Yeah.
thank you, Patchy, but we're not like this is like good luck wherever you're going. And then the UFC was just like, yeah, come here.
I mean, it'd be great to see his debut at Newark. We'll be there.
I will not be, unfortunately.
Oh, you won't, damn.
My friend's wedding.
Oh, that's right. Fuck.
Yeah, me and
Brutal.
you switched out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited. I just hit up Mulcahy for the game time tickets.
Nice.
Had to lock that in. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
But honestly, I was saying to Jack yesterday when it got made. I mean, everything kind of fell into place very well for Patchy Mix here, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because obviously he's a guy who you're the Bellator champ. Like
Yep.
you want a big fight. I mean,
And they've been given like respect with the fights, like the Yair fight that they give
Yeah.
people, and obviously like
this worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
You get an opportunity like very quickly.
yeah,
And if you win it, like bang, you're right there. You're in the top 10, basically top 15. You win this fight right
Yeah.
there.
Great fight. I can't wait for it.
Also, this similar low limit stuff. Like I don't know how it was. This more like I forget who had it, but I saw a pick 'em for that.
Me
fight,
too.
oh
which I was slightly surprised by, but I guess not. I thought Batista would be a favorite.
for sure.
I thought Patchy would be favored.
It's-
Oh
Interesting.
really? It's always tough when it's
Yeah, with the Bellator, it's hard to
guys coming
gauge
in,
how they
yeah.
pick 'em's
Patchy-
fascinating. And I like Patchy Mix.
Mario. I think maybe the market is reacting a little bit to how he performed in his last fight against Aldo. And then even seeing Aldo against Sahabi. I know it's different, like styles make fights, but I don't know. I think Patchy would be in a decent spot there. And Mario, but I've always rated Mario a little bit lower than the market because I've bet against him and he's proven me wrong a bunch.
Yeah.
But he's gotten by close a few times though.
Damon Blackshear.
That Blackshear, I remember because I had him in some parlay. He's minus Blackshear took that fight on like a week notice.
He really
and almost beat him.
He really dominated Ricky Simone.
Yeah.
And then was Aldo's next fight, or was there something in between?
I think it was Aldo. I mean Aldo, yeah, he obviously was very iffy.
Hot Billy got sentelled. I didn't know that. Sorry about that, Hot Billy. What did you get sentelled by? Was it in our group chat? And
Oh,
Hot Billy.
no. I think I saw it. He there was a video of Ariel, and it was one of those where someone put it was like from an account that looked like actual Ariel's, like a parody one or whatever, or like a fake out one, classic Centel one. And it basically had a caption that wasn't actually what he was talking about. So if you just looked at the video and didn't actually watch the video, I forget what it said, something crazy that he obviously didn't actually say.
Ariel Helwani says this, but then when you click on it, it's just like a very normal
clip,
video.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was I think it was another one of his clips, maybe a regular one that
That makes
it
sense.
just it got headlined differently.
Let me rip through another ad here and tell everyone about Blue Chew. Have better sex with Blue Chew. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. And starting now, Blue Chew is offering a combo so strong, it'll knock your socks off and your neighbor's socks off. You'll have to move towns with the amount of noise you'll be making.
Mhm.
Blue Chew
Whoa.
Max has arrived, and it combines the active ingredients of Viagra and Cialis into one chewable. The combo acts fast and lasts. Guys, be ready when she needs it and get your first month of Blue Chew for free. Great sex is a few clicks away. Sign up at bluechew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door. And the best part, it's all done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office, none of those awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Blue Chew will not stop until every man is bricked up like a brick house. That is their mission. Make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at bluechew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try your first month of Blue Chew free when you use promo code SPINNIN. Just pay $5 in shipping. Promo code SPINNIN, just like it is in our handle and our account and everything. No G at the end, just SPINNIN. Visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. There we go. And then do you want to talk PFL before we get into the UFC or save that for after?
Let's save it for after.
All right, let's save it for after. Let's get into this
And
UFC.
get into-
That's what I believe. That's what it was. It was that Islam would strip his belt for failing a drug test.
I did see a funny, someone did a Photoshop of Dana's call or Dana's phone after he stripped Islam of the belt. It was 100 Khabib calls, and then just one in the middle was John Jones, my goat.
Well, it is honestly, I'm glad it is truly insane that they made it they made Islam basically. They basically said you either fight Ilia or we're taking the belt. I think that's what happened.
Well,
And then, but
International Fight Week, I think, was such a big part of that. Of like, we need a big title match for.
yeah, so
that
like you're
big
either
card.
gonna fight
Yeah.
Ilia for the belt or you're losing the belt.
Yeah.
But John Jones is allowed to just literally hold the belt hostage
Yeah,
for
taking on a
fucking-
world tour to
for like
Australia.
3 years. He's out getting hammered.
Yeah.
Well, Vince is asking us to address the John Jones video. Are you talking about where he's like driving on a moped on the side of like a street in Thailand? I mean, yeah, he's just saying like, oh,
The video where it says like, I'm not ducking because I'm living a good life.
yeah. And then I
I
mean,
don't think he understands what
he's-
ducking means.
Yeah. Yeah.
he doesn't. And
That's what ducking
for
is.
people that don't understand why he's in Thailand, it's because they have like a Russian Ultimate Fighter, and they asked John Jones to do it with DC. I think DC ended up saying no.
Or John wound up saying no.
Oh, I thought DC said he couldn't think about going and doing doing 30 straight days with John Jones.
Maybe it was that. I'm confusing.
No, I think it was because that's why they filled in Nate Diaz is doing it instead.
I'm confusing it with Chael told us a story that Chael wanted to bring John Jones in for like a quick bit.
Yep.
Where it was going to be like a funny, like, oh, John Jones like goes against DC's team with Chael versus DC in the Ultimate Fighter, and John said no.
Also, Aspinall keeps saying like Aspinall's got to be so pissed. He said the
He keeps saying
day
it soon.
that he said the day before or even the day of that Dana was announcing everything on Instagram Live. He said, "I'll know my fight tonight."
Was he like waiting to see Dana's post like the rest of us there?
Well, I'm just so shocked.
Well,
I just like, when are we going to see him? I mean, we just saw Cyril Gahn's like the head of this movie. He's like the main actor in this Netflix France movie called KO.
Oh, I saw that. I saw the poster for it.
He's like the star.
I know. Yeah,
it's crazy.
I'll watch it.
But I would assume probably at this moment, I'm 80 to 90% sure that Tom Aspinall's next fight, Cyril Gahn.
I mean, probably.
I know it sucks.
But
I don't
also-
want it to
Said
be.
but
he's like,
also-
we're making the heavyweight fight. He said the heavyweight fight. I hope it's not that one.
But if that's the fight and it's not for the undisputed belt, like we fucking riot.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
riot.
Yeah.
No,
How long can this guy hold? Like he just doesn't fight.
No,
We've had a
Preaching
clear
to the
number one
choir.
contender for like fucking 3 years. He just won't fucking fight the guy. It's,
bro, Curtis Blades is going to be retired by the time that Tom Aspinall finally gets to fight for the undisputed belt.
like it needs to get like I know he loves John Jones. Like it needs to be simple. Like you're either fighting this guy in the next like 6 months or your belt's gone. Period. We're stripping it.
I'm with
You can't hold this motherfucker anymore. It's insane. This guy cannot defend the interim belt twice. That's fucking
No.
preposterous.
You can't. you can't undo
Preposterous. I'm glad he's getting compensated like a real champion, but it's fucking ridiculous. It actually makes me like it makes me legitimately upset.
that.
I get he's the GOAT. Like I get different guys have different rules, but like it's getting crazy, man. Like
I'm with
it's just getting out of control.
Good card this weekend. Pretty good. Yeah, going back to like, how would you rate this on an Apex scale? 1 to 10. Is this like a 6, 7?
Yeah, I was gonna say like a 6 probably sounds about.
Only thing is the two main fights are not evenly lined. They're both
And
massive.
true.
favorites.
honestly, a lot of fights on this card are like that.
I would say
Yeah.
it's like a 5.
Yeah, I'm probably biased and just I
Yeah.
want fights.
I'm hoping that the crazy lines mean a lot of finishes. that
Possibly.
maybe we'll get a couple highlight reels added to.
You're right.
on
It's like a
Saturday, but-
5. It's a 5. It's a 5.
It's like
not
a
six.
5, but it could be good, I guess. I mean, like it's Gilbert Burns, and
Yeah.
like then he's going up against a guy that has a lot of hype on him right now and could be a future champ.
Yeah,
Morales,
we've got
day one.
to kick things off. Tisha Pennington versus Luana Pinheiro. Pennington minus 325, Luana plus 260. One where, like you're not going to bet on this.
Maybe a parlay
She's
piece,
gonna
I
win.
guess. Yeah, I think she does win.
Yeah.
Maybe a parlay piece. It's I always do like in the certain fights get scared about laying that much juice in the MMA,
Yeah.
but I mean I think she's got it here.
This is just, I mean, Tisha Pennington, I mean, we've been through, like, Luana Pinheiro is just,
She's not great.
no, I mean, like,
She's a much
but
better.
I
Luana
feel
on
like she
this
did
card.
find a way to not get submitted by Julian Robertson, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But, like, Angela, like, her last win is a split decision against Michelle Watterson. And I just don't see this going well for her. But then Tisha Pennington is, I guess she's only 35.
Yeah,
I
she's
was-
been in the game a while.
Yeah, she's been, I mean, she was Tisha Torres.
Yep.
And I think, she'll just strike her way to a victory. She has some pretty quick hands. Like, and I think Luana's, not it.
Next fight, not bad. Hyun Sun Park versus Carlos Hernandez.
This is a fight I'm really looking forward to.
Carlos Hernandez plus 154 too. I kind of love Carlos Hernandez plus 154 if I could get him at plus money.
I think this guy may be pretty good.
You think so, Park? I wouldn't say I love Hernandez. I like him. Like I had him circled.
Yeah.
Like I definitely I like him.
I don't know that much about Park, but Hernandez is just like a solid fighter on the feet.
I think so. I think my thing with my apprehension with Park is he hasn't beaten anyone I even remotely like. His win was a road to UFC guy and then Shannon Ross.
Yeah.
Who I've had my rants on Shannon Ross.
Yeah,
I don't need to distract Shannon Ross any more than I already have in this.
Carlos Hernandez isn't great.
Hernandez
obviously has his losses.
He just has like some decent UFC wins.
Yeah.
Not like I just plus 150 plus 154.
He beat Matt Brown in a fight outside of the UFC in 2020. Is this a different Matt Brown guy?
Has to be
different.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
I kind of like the under 2.5 plus 180 because I think Park is a finisher and a lot of his win equity is a finish. And I think Carlos Hernandez, he kind of does have pillows for hands, but his boxing's not awful. But let's just say Park is kind of a bum and he just gets outboxed. And then like Hernandez could even find a finish. The plus 180, but I mean, or I may just be looking at this and think, okay, to win by finish, Park is plus 215. And if I do like him, but Hernandez has found ways not to get finished, but those are against very good guys on the ground. I think Park can knock him out, starch him.
The next fight, interesting matchmaking here. Elise Reed versus Denise Gomez. Denise Gomez minus 625. Elise Reed plus 455. Like
Elise Reed all day. Like I have to take her.
I understand.
The styles make fights.
I understand like the sprinkle on plus 455, but what were the matchmakers thinking when they put this one together?
I think it's just the styles make fights. You got like a heavy hitter, go after it kind of girl, and then Elise Reed can she weather the storm?
Try to grind
can she make
it out?
Yeah, can she grind out a win?
If Elise Reed doesn't die, I think this is a close fight. She's not. Elise Reed isn't bad on her feet.
No, Denise Gomez is pretty good.
Yeah, no, I mean Denise Gomez is the rightful favorite here, but this is an insane line.
Yeah, no, minus 625 she's not Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, I bet Elise Reed already plus 410. The lines I've already lost the line, but I really support Elise Reed here. I think this should be a lot closer to the Tisha Pennington line, and I will be riding with Elise Reed here.
Then we've got another ladies fight, Luana Santos versus Tainara Lisboa. Tainara Lisboa plus 142, Luana Santos minus 170. Definitely the better Luana on the card. Is she good enough to win this fight? I don't know.
I think she is. I think I just trust her experience and all that a little more. I don't know how you guys feel. I'm not like crazy about Lisboa.
Not crazy about her, but
haven't seen in 2 years.
And I just think she hasn't really fought anyone that's like.
She tore her knee up.
2-0 in the
taking
UFC.
some time to come back. I think Lisboa. So Santos is coming up here, and it's because she was missing weight. But I think Lisboa is going to be bigger than her. And if Santos is really relying on getting her down, if Lisboa can stuff those takedowns, plus 142 is going to look very, very good. So I've been considering a bet on Lisboa.
Yeah.
On the ground, I think Santos is a little bit better everywhere, but I think the size difference may be a big thing.
Yeah.
Now, also you have to weigh. This is her first fight back after injury. That's a big deal.
Yep.
But I've been looking at the Lisboa line and thinking, that may be worth a stab.
And Luana's got more UFC experience, obviously, but as far as like MMA experience, she's only got one more fight than Lisboa.
Yeah, and I think Lisboa, like if she didn't want to come back, she wouldn't have. And 2 years, there's kind of it's a 50-50 thing. Did you take 2 years because you were scared to come back? You had a really bad injury, or did you take 2 years because you wanted to fully recover? Mm-hmm. And I guess if you're betting Lisboa, you're saying she really had a good recovery, and then you'll better plus 142.
Hot Billy could always make me laugh.
Oh my
okay?
God. Hot Billy. You're a funny guy, Hot Billy.
I did tell us I may or may not have sat directly next to him for an entire semester in class.
Yeah.
And I'll say this, I'll only speak from my personal experience. He was incredible. Like he actually, I mean this genuinely, all the funny out of it, was like one of those guys who was like, he literally had won the Olympic gold medal. He was like gold medalist and was like very like talkative with everyone, very personable.
Cool. Yeah.
I describe him as someone who definitely did not like, was like, he doesn't walk around like his shit don't stink. For someone who
I met him
had the
once.
accolades of someone who could act that way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I met him with Ben Askren once. I think.
Yeah,
we were all
he was
together once.
incredibly
Yeah.
nice and personable. Talk to everyone.
Have you seen Strickland's tweets about the whole thing?
The one that you sent.
Well, he had like another one.
Oh, no,
last
I've
night.
only saw the one
oh
that
my
you
God,
sent
Yeah,
me.
yeah, some crazy ones.
Yeah, I just saw the body cam footage from the cop of the arrest was not. It wasn't great.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Just a guy standing there cuffed, pantsless.
Yeah.
It was black. It was blurred out. For the
Yeah,
record,
yeah,
but
yeah.
just having a cop had to literally put his pants on for him.
That's.
Have you seen the video? Yeah, it was tough scene.
Demoralizing.
Tough scene.
Then we've got a UFC debut. Yadier DelValle versus Connor Matthews. DelValle we saw in Contender Series had a decision win there.
Yeah.
He's minus 500 here. Is that crazy?
I think it's like
Connor Matthews is not very good.
I wouldn't say crazy.
No
I think
disrespect.
it's really more that Matthews is just
He's
not
been
good.
knocked out on his last couple. Last three.
Matthews is not UFC.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't want to be.
His last two. I'm sorry.
He was he won on Contender Series, and then he lost a bazooka to Delgado. So I'm really looking at this and thinking to myself, okay, Yadier, the Cuban problem.
I remember he looked
Can
great on
you-
Contender. He just didn't.
Can
get a
you
finish.
find a finish here? And him to win inside the distance is plus 110. Connor Matthews has been finished 2 times in a row. Connor Matthews is fighting for his job pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I
he's
would say
going to
that
really
one.
go into a firefight here. Can Yadier find a finish? I think he can. So I'm really considering to win by any knockout, submission, or DQ,
I like it, Jack.
aka inside the distance on the DraftKings Sportsbook. And I am very much looking forward to that.
I like it.
Another interesting fight, close odds at least, coming up. Jared Gordon versus Thiago Moises. Jared Gordon minus 120. I think I like him in this fight, to be honest.
Am I crazy that I love him?
Yeah, he's more of a grinder for your money for sure.
I think he's. I mean, I think Moises has looked bad his last like couple fights, and I think Gordon's looked really good. I mean,
Moises' last fight, he like played with
it
his
was the
food.
Trey Ogden fight, and it was
He
weird.
played with his food and then
Yeah.
eventually did win it. But like,
Ludwig Klein was before that. He lost that fight.
I just
Big
look at
Klein
Mitch
smoked him.
Ramirez.
and Moises has been
Lost to
loving to
BSD.
stand and bang in these fights. And Jared's just a great boxer. And
yeah, I think Jared's a much better with the hands.
Yeah.
like
So-
significantly better.
and
in my
also-
opinion.
Moises gets knocked out too.
the 2 guys that Jared Gordon has lost to, which he arguably won,
I think he did win both, respectfully.
are
That one
against
fight was really close.
were against
Nazareth, he got robbed
But
blind.
look at these 2 guys that he's fought. Both of them have continued to win.
Yeah,
Nazareth won his
Very,
last
very
fight,
good.
That's
yeah.
really very
and
good.
then obviously
looked
Patty's.
amazing.
I
yeah.
mean UFC. You know what the UFC is going to do if Ilia beats Charles.
Oh, they're
Oh,
gonna
no,
try to get to that fight for
Patty.
Patty may not need to.
No,
fight again.
Patty.
Yeah,
This
Might be like a Cheeto
no,
situation.
Yeah,
I think 100%. I think Patty doesn't need to fight. I think Patty. They see what happens here. If Ilia wins, I think Patty just
Oh
gets
my
the shot.
god! Can you imagine the scenes that would be?
I think it would be Spain March.
Oh, that'd be-
Spain versus
dude, that'd be
Liverpool. Whole
Incredible.
shit, that'd be good.
The,
Sign me up.
Incredible.
McGregor gift. Sign me up. Yeah, I'm there for that. And obviously, we're there for Patty getting a title shot by doing nothing else.
That fight would be so
nice for him.
awesome. The lead up to that would just be like the press
It'd be amazing.
conferences.
They would need to do a world
Everything.
tour. Like do a fucking press conference in
Oh,
Liverpool and one in Spain.
Unbelievable.
One
Th-
in
that's
Vegas
one-
or America,
That's
New
when
York.
they could sell out a fucking arena. Like
Yeah.
a state, like a, or not, I should say arena,
stadium,
a stadium. Absolutely. In Europe, absolutely.
the Burn the Bow, whatever it's called, in Real,
Yeah.
Madrid, not in
Oh.
Real, in Madrid.
Is that where they're doing the Commanders game?
Yeah, I think so. It's in Madrid. It has
Ilia
to be there.
Topuria
Or
was
maybe Atletico
Commanders
Madrid.
commercial now, yeah. Gabriel Green versus Mateus Camilo. Mateus Camilo minus 230. Gabriel Green plus
This is a
190.
fight that I really don't know what to do with.
I was gonna say I don't know about this one
So
either.
Gabe Green is the better fighter here. But Gabe Green, I don't know if Gabe Green cares about fighting anymore. Gabe Green, if you go on his Instagram, he's a big preacher now. Credit to him. Hope he's very happy. I don't know how much he's into fighting anymore.
How can you be a preacher and a fighter? I know.
Well, we think
fighting is,
about
you know.
what's his name, the greatest welterweight of all time before he found God, Rory McDonald.
Yeah, true.
Then he just couldn't hurt
Yeah,
people
he
anymore.
was the Red King. He's bloodying everyone up, and then
I'm not afraid that Gabe Green doesn't want to hurt people. I'm more afraid he just doesn't train as much anymore.
Yeah, he's doing more preaching than training.
Now, let's say, Gabe Green. Well, the last time we saw Gabe Green, he got starched within like 30 seconds, and we haven't seen him since. It's his first fight in like 2 years.
Wait, who was his last? It wasn't Brian Battle, was it? Am I bugging?
It was.
Was that his last fight?
I could check that.
No. Didn't he fight?
No, it was.
Was that his last fight?
He had a fight scheduled for a year later against Lon Top, and that got canceled.
That feels like forever ago.
I
that
know.
fight was.
14
2
seconds
years
into the
ago
fight.
to the date, almost.
14 seconds.
Well, I remember he just charged Battle,
Yeah.
and Battle just slept him with like a counter.
And then before that, he fought Ian Gary, which is tough.
And he actually fought Gary pretty well.
Yeah, he took him to
well,
decision.
that's why I'm glad you kind of brought up because I like in the no preacher stuff, I'd be all over Gabe Green plus 190. Like,
But there's some serious discussion he's not really.
I think it's fair because are you familiar with the Camilo guy? I'm not. The only reason they just like the UFC just on their YouTube put out the looking for a fight video. You remember the Russian guy that went to the press conference and was like, I want to fight.
Yeah.
Camilo beat that guy. When Dana was there, like Dana was watching, and this guy beat him. So he got the bump.
I see.
And here's his like debut fight.
Gotcha.
Camilo's had an interesting career on the regionals. He was like a pretty high prospect. Then he lost to guillotine to a guy. You know the guy you met at PFL a few years ago? Dan Picks Fights, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Best fight picks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fight picks. Yeah.
He lost to Dan Fights Picks or Picks Fights, whatever it is, his drug dealer. On
I saw him tweet this. Yes, I saw him tweet. He's like the guy got guillotined by like the guy who used to like sell me like weed or like something like.
Since then,
that's right. I did see that.
Since then, he's been on a roll though.
All right.
And
that's hilarious.
Everybody that
was great.
Everybody
As
that
he posted the clip, he like legit like sleeps him basically.
Everybody that talks to him,
damn,
or talks about him says he's continues to really improve. The Dana White's looking for a fight just came out about him. I think it's maybe a fair line. It's probably inflated though. If I had to pick here, I would take Gabe Green. I mean, Gabe Green's been in there with fucking. You go through the list. He's been in there with some really good fighters, and athletically speaking, he's a very gifted individual. He's a good striker. He hits hard, but it's like there's one guy whose entire life is this. There's another guy who's been like, I was a UFC fighter, and now I'm devoted to God, which is, I mean, credit to him. But when we're talking about betting fights, it's like kind of like picking the lottery.
Yeah. It's a fair.
Which, by the way, Jack Pocket.
Jack Pocket, yes, we love Jack Pocket. That was a good transition, Jack. Wow, I didn't even pick it up.
I didn't even interrupt you.
I didn't even pick it up in the exact moment when you did it.
Jack Pocket. I don't think we've done Jack Pocket before, but look, we're still here. Shout out Jack Pocket. Obviously, Jack Pocket.
The all-in-one lottery app.
All-in-one.
Easily order your tickets. You get notifications for the upcoming drawings and any winnings. You can get all from your phone on the Jack Pocket app. They let you order the Powerball, the Mega Millions, even state games like Cash for Life, Pick 3, Pick 4. It's all good stuff. We love it. You see the code on the screen right here. It went away for a second, but it'll be back on the screen. It's a moving image. The code is FIST. There it is. Free lottery ticket with code FIST. There it is. Again, Powerball, Mega Millions, state, and asking for the numbers at the gas station or whatever you got to do. It's all in your phone now. It's very easy. Jack Pocket. It's great. It was a great transition from Jack there. Such a good transition. It was so smooth we didn't even pick up on it at first. Shout out Jack Pocket for sponsoring the show.
Shout out Jack Pocket, obviously, who is kind of involved in the whole that woman took down Dave's Jack Pocket ad on. It wasn't the subway, but I think it was like
Jack Pocket ad, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was like the Boston.
I think
it was like the Boston Tube or whatever it's called. Not the Tube, like the what do they call it?
The Metro, Boston Metro.
No, they call it like the T. I think they call it the T.
Oh, like the train.
Yeah. Anyways, that they obviously took that down, but Dave made sure it got put back up. I think there's off of the highway, a photo of him, like a big ad, a billboard, which is awesome.
Back to the card, we've got Julian Erosa versus Melquizael Costa.
Great fight. This is a
First
very
fight of the
good
main
fight.
card, I think.
Really good fight.
Yeah, it is a really good fight. Erosa plus 145, Costa minus 175. This is such a close fight in my mind that I think I might take the dog by instinct of just like, this is almost 50-50 in my mind. Why not take Julian Erosa plus 145?
Oh, I'm all over Julian Erosa. I've already bet him.
J.
Here's the thing. If you don't knock out Juicy J in the first 5 minutes, he's an issue.
Kind of fucked, yeah.
Mhm.
But I mean, I get why Melcosta's the favorite here, but I think it's a little bit of hype. There's always some of these guys. Like, remember Pedro, the Portuguese guy who fought like 5 times in a year, and then like the line started to get crazy on him. Pedro Falcao.
Falcao, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then the lines, like, he was against Jake Matthews like minus 250.
Yeah.
And it was like, wait, what's going on here? I think there's a little bit of this where now Melkos is beating much better.
What you mean? Oh, you mean Andre Filo? Filo.
Yeah.
So
He did have a weird run like that. He ran hot for a second.
yeah.
It was because he knocked out Miguel Baeza.
And then he kept wanting to. He's like, "Book me on the next one. Book me on the next one." And
Yeah.
James like, "I love this." And
That's
then
right.
he
That's
started
right.
losing.
Yeah, Matthews was plus.
Then he started losing a lot.
Matthews was plus 200 and looked minus 1,000.
Don't put me on the next one, please.
And then, but Mel Costa. This is like his 4th fight of the year. Honestly, on the feet before he lost to what's his name, Andre Fili, kind of looked a little. Now he did look really good against Christian Rodriguez. But I like Juicy J as the underdog here. Juicy J round 2, round 3 as well.
I do too. I was gonna completely agree, Bob. Like, it feels like a coin flip fight that you're getting plus 145.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Then we've got Ruziboev versus Dustin Stoltzfus. Another, I hesitate to say good fight because the line is so wide. Stoltzfus plus 240, Ruziboev minus 298, but I think this could be a good fight.
I think it's a weird fight, but like a great fight.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, it's like I feel like I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
I might not bet anything on this fight at all because I also like I don't think Stoltzfus is going to win. I'm not going to bet him plus 240, but plus 240 is starting to get in that range where it gets intriguing. I think Ruziboev wins.
I mean, I'm thinking about myself as a better, right? I bet what's his name against Ruziboev, the guy who
Dumas.
no.
Oh,
Who's the guy who fought recently? Who was he's always in the corner?
Oh, Tuco.
No.
Eric
Moicano.
Oh, yes.
And if I bet him
Yes.
around the same,
Fair.
why am I not betting Ruziboev?
Yeah.
Or no, why am I not betting Stoltzfus?
Yeah.
At plus 240. Now under
Stoltzfus looked decent recently too.
under 1.5 minus 125. I was hoping for a little bit better price. I think it's going to be a war. I think there's going to be. This is why it's like, okay, this is good matchmaking. It's fun for an Apex card. I think these two guys are going to throw.
This could easily be. This could be like a round and a half fight of the night.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't shock me at all.
Sadiq Yusuff versus Marion Santos. Another good fight. I think this fight should actually be very good.
Fascinating fight.
Yeah. Yusuff plus 114, Santos minus 135. We're close to a pick, and we're not quite there, but I don't know. I probably lean Yusuff on this. But I don't know.
It's not even Myron Santos's fault, but I can never look at one of his fights the same after what they did to me with Francis Marshall and to a lot of us.
Yeah.
Like Francis Marshall plus, I think I got 300. That was one of the most sickening I've ever had. Like, I thought he won every round.
Bet of the century.
Like, he cleared him. I can't even like mentally like process a Santos fight properly.
Was that bad enough where would you ever bet on him?
I went to dinner with my girlfriend's parents and like it happened, like the decision happened, like we basically on the way home and I was like despondent.
No,
she was asking me like what's wrong, and I'm like, I just got robbed. Like I'm sitting here in the car with you. I just got robbed in broad daylight.
That's
like,
one.
I didn't even realize what happened. Like
that's one of those ones that like makes you think, why do we do this?
Like I was watching it. I was in the backseat of the car watching it on my phone, being like, oh, like beautiful. I'm about to get home. Like, just had a nice dinner.
We're the smartest people ever.
I'm the smartest guy in the world. Like, I just hit like my biggest bet of the night plus like 300. And then I think again, like mid 200s, I think I hit him again. Like, it was like, oh, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
And then you are basically about to pull in the driveway and you lose
someone came in with a gun.
Yeah. Someone just shot me in the back of the head.
Money.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck, well, we're broke, sweetheart. Responsibly.
Responsibly.
We don't have, it's done.
One thing that I consistently think about here is, okay, are we getting a decent price on Myron Santos? Like kind of because everyone remembers that fight, and are we getting kind of a cheap price on him? Sadiq, I don't know. Sadiq's another one of these Gabe Green guys. It's like, does he care that much about fighting anymore? Myron still hits hard. Yusuff hits hard, though. And Myron likes to get hurt. Myron finds a way to get hurt in almost every fight. I've been looking at this line and thinking maybe I take a shot on Myron. He has good striking, without a doubt. And even though he lost to Francis Marshall, Francis, I think, is very good. Like, I think so it's like even
underrated.
Even how he fought against him, I honestly give him a little bit of credit, which was like, oh, like he fought through it, didn't quit, and against a really, really good guy. So I've been looking at this line thinking maybe I should take a stab on Myron. I haven't gotten there yet because I agree. I think he's a little bit. Maybe he was overvalued, obviously, going in the Francis Marshall fight. Now this is the proper value because Sadiq Yusuff has much more experience.
I was surprised at the line, kind of. Because off like name value, you would sit there and be like, oh, like Sadiq should be a favorite. But also, it's crazy. He hasn't fought in over a year. Lopez, I mean, the last time we saw him, last time we saw him, it was at UFC 300, and Lopez just ran through it. Who obviously, like, that's aged well, obviously. But still, we watched his last two fight, like, where then the fight before that, he almost killed Barbosa and then ends up losing the fight.
Yeah.
So I agree. It's definitely like a way taking like the Marshall and everything out of it. I would kind of agree with Jack where it's like it almost like are you getting a discount just because he didn't look great against Marshall, who Marshall's been underrated this whole time. Maybe he's been overrated. Maybe now you're getting like I don't know. I don't love you. Yusuff, I agree. He's in just a weird spot. Like this feels like a spot if Yusuff looks bad here. It's almost like what it like.
Whoever wins this will look minus 1,000. I think.
You think so?
Yeah.
I it being close.
I just worry that you think this. I just worry it could be like a low volume.
Yeah, I could see that too.
I worry about
that. I could see it being a low volume,
and then it being like another like coin flip decision.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I may be wrong on my whoever wins.
So I think that's the part that I fear the most is it being like a low volume, like touch fight. It's kind of like you get to the end of it, and you're like that fight wasn't great. Like who the fuck won?
Also, because on the main card, you kind of want this to be like a competitive because the next fights might not be competitive. The next two, obviously, the co-main and main event. Co-main is Rodolfo Bellato versus Paul Craig. Bellato is minus 535 there. And then the main event is Gilbert Burns versus Michael Morales. Morales is minus 850.
Do we do it?
I think I'm going.
I think I have to.
I don't know,
Craig.
It's two things. It's two major things. One, I don't think Bellato is that good, but I think he's fun. I actually I really enjoy watching him fight. I don't think he should be minus 500 to like almost anyone.
True.
Because I think he's also very hittable. We saw before he got in on the Contender, I think it was him that Petrino knocked him out silly.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was him.
Yep.
And yeah, he just he beat fucking what's his name? Ihor, who like stinks. And Ihor was legitimately losing to him, and then came back. And Craig also he talked about this in the presser this week. I think he might be fighting for his. He said that himself. He's like, I lose this fight. Like I might not have a job on Monday
because he probably gets paid a fuck ton. He's on
he's definitely a six-figure guy, I would imagine.
He's on a 3-fight losing streak, and he's also, if you look at Paul Craig, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's 3-6 in his last.
He has some of the greatest wins in the UFC.
Oh, some of the best ever.
I mean,
it's hilarious.
Some
of the best ever.
A line of champions.
Or I might not be right.
And
about
finished
that.
them all.
I'm not right about that. I counted
and
grappling fight.
Hill.
Yeah, he beat Krylov.
Krylov, who's looked great.
He's 9-1 in the UFC. That's kind of crazy. Like just a crazy.
But here's the thing: if I bet Paul Craig plus 400, he shows up in the war paint, then he goes to the middle of the cage and he goes like
again,
and then he fucking runs around the cage for three rounds. I won't be at work on Monday because he will break me mentally. I won't be showing up to anything for the rest of the day.
See, the thing with me with Paul Craig, I can't work myself to make like a sizable bet on him, but I think I'll have to
It is plus 400.
I'll say more than a sprinkle, but not he's not getting like 2-3 units at me at this point.
Do you feel
he'll get one?
You feel the same way about Gilbert Burns in the main event or no?
No,
I don't think there's any chance he wins the main event.
Morales is a day one Ev guy.
True.
I've been on the Morales train very early.
Yeah.
So I think
nobody's gonna bet minus 850.
On Morales? No. I would take him inside the distance. That's probably minus money. I actually check the exact number on that.
I really don't know what to do with this fight. I may just sit it out and prepare for whatever happens.
He's minus 165 by finish Morales. So even that's tough. Like that's a
-1.
This might be
on
just
that,
me. I don't know. I gotta find an angle to have action on it somewhere, but maybe an under 3.5.
I look at Gilbert Burns.
A
and I'm like,
decision? Can
Gilbert
Gilbert Burns make it 5 rounds and you get a decision plus
I
200?
kind of look at Gilbert. I'm like 12-1 sub just for the hell of it.
Fair enough. I don't think that's crazy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't fault.
What is he on?
14-1.
14-1. So he's
Yeah.
better on DK.
Yeah.
I just look at that and think, okay, like maybe he has it in him, and like it's not even like, oh, he finds something. He's a fighter that trains. He's a fighter who's definitely a lot older now. But I mean, this is a guy that took, and I know his arm was broken. He took 2 rounds off of JDM.
Yeah.
He was winning the fight until if he doesn't get reversed, he wins.
So there you go. That's the card. That's UFC
So
Vegas 106.
I just keep thinking about like if he was doing that well against JDM. I know Moraes is like great, but it's like the line's just like crazy. But I mean,
he also hasn't won 5 rounds. I don't think either.
That's why I'm like,
No,
you
I
could
don't think
find
In the UFC, I'm pretty sure he hasn't.
I
think this is his first main event. I'm pretty sure.
It definitely is.
PFL had a great weekend because it seems like we are going to get the fight that we really want, which is Paul Hughes against Usman Nurmagomedov again.
Fight everyone wants, yes.
Paul Hughes went in there, and I was really intrigued to see how he'd do against. Gabe Miranda is not bad.
No.
I mean, I'm not going to say that that's a guy, that's a fighter, that is somebody that is just like, oh, well, he's a great fighter. But he went in there and took care of him like he was a regional bum.
Yeah. Oh,
like Gabe Miranda's been in the
through.
PFL for a long time and has fought a lot of legit fighters. Paul Hughes went in there, finished him. He's a star in Ireland. He's a star in Europe. And that next fight, whenever that happens, I would assume, well, so I wonder when they'll do it because they have Dakota. Oh, wait. So they have the Johnny Eblen Dakota card in South Africa.
Right.
And that'll be awesome. That'll be a huge
that'll be
card.
sick.
And they just announced like PFL South Africa. And then they also announced PFL like Pacific region.
Yeah.
So they'll have it like Australia,
Australia.
New Zealand. Rob Wilkinson was over there talking about it. That was always the plan when Don Davis was talking to us.
Yes.
They were like, we want to make
Pro
this
MMA global.
a global brand.
Basically have your own brand be your feeder.
And then they
Where
want
it's
to
your
have
feeding systems from all over the world.
And then they want to have like a Champions League of fighting, which I think would be a little bit difficult.
Like hard to put together, but if they could pull it off, like sure.
Yeah. Like, and then it's like at the end of the year, it's like PFL Africa against PFL Pacific against PFL Europe. I mean, that would be cool.
It would be cool in terms of like thinking of like teams coming down, like almost opening ceremony style, like Team USA coming
the
down,
Olympics,
all different weight classes. Like
literally
that shit's
their
kinda
own
cool.
fighting Olympics.
Yeah.
But Paul Hughes against Usman
that's the fight.
One of the biggest fights to make in MMA right now.
Yeah.
They're gonna do it. I wonder when they'll do it at the end of the year.
Was so damn good.
I'm so excited for a lot of these second round semifinal matchups. We talked about it last week.
Yep. June 12th is the return of the PFL,
which is before you know it. Right now they're on a little bit of a break.
It's a good card right there.
Yeah, Jason Jackson, Thad Gene.
That's
Pinedo Braga's a great fight.
Seeing Storley again versus Kikuri.
Mm-hmm.
And Kikuri is the guy that is now fighting with Fighting Nerds, right?
Yes,
he is. Yeah.
After he finished in his first fight, he put on the glasses.
Nathan Kelly, right?
Nathan Kelly. Yeah, I was on Nathan Kelly. But he put on. I didn't realize that Kikuri was a Fighting Nerds champion now, but PFL all summer long.
Yep.
Nashville, Wichita, Kansas.
It was Chicago.
Yeah, if you want to go to these too, go to the PFL website. June 12th in Nashville, June 20th in Wichita, Friday, June 27th in Chicago, Wintrust Arena. That'll be awesome. Atlantic City coming our neck of the woods, August 1st. A lot of these are Fridays, Thursdays. City. Yeah. It's a great time. It's a great live event to get out to. It's not going to break the bank for you. You're going to see some great fights, maybe meet some fighters. There's always fighters just walking around.
Oh, yeah.
Last time we went to PFL, bumped into Francis Marshall, bumped into Jared Gordon.
Jared Gordon was sitting behind us. Him, Luke,
RoboCop.
Brendan Allen.
RoboCop was there.
Brendan Allen's casino fight.
And then, that fight got made.
Yeah.
Vittori, Brendan Allen are fighting on the UFC New Orleans card.
Yeah.
Allen's Louisiana guy.
So there we go. Shout out to the PFL for also sponsoring the program. And we will talk to you guys next time.